Good morning, everyone. So today, 23rd September, and today's editorial is about managing sports on administrators. And can you please scroll up a bit so that I can able to visit? Okay, managing sports on administrators and the National Sports Code. It's about the administrators of Indian Olympic Association, that means IOA. So let's discuss what actually it's about. So the uh, the topic of today's editorial is on administrators, and the National Sports Code administrators seem reluctant to accept the National Sports Code. So let me explain it. Can you please scroll down a bit? Yeah, so reluctant means unwillingness. So the administrators of Indian Olympic Association are not that much doing their job nicely. They are not accept the national sports code, the rules. So this is all about today's editorial topic, like the administrators of Indian Olympic Association IOA. They are not accepting the national sports code. Okay, so let's go to the first para. Can you please zoom in? Yeah. Okay. Not zoom out, zoom in. Okay. When sports administrators make news, it is often not for the right reasons. So whenever sports administrators come into news, oftenly it's not about the right reasons. These past few months, India's sports administrators have been in the news far too frequently, and what we have seen these few months, Indian sports administrators have been in the news far too frequently, and rarely does a day and before one of them is pulled up by the court. Okay, so pull up means it's a phrasal verb, pulled up. It means criticize someone about something they are not doing well enough. So the administrators, yes, so the administrators of Indian Olympic Association, IOA, they are not doing their duties nicely. So the court usually pull up that. The court usually criticize the administrators because of this reason. Another is forced to resign, or yet another stakes claim to a post. In the latest instance, the sports official to hit the headlines has been Anil Khanna, who resigned on Wednesday as the acting president of the Indian Olympic Association. He had assumed charge after Narendra, Narendra Batra was forced to quit in July. So in the latest instance, the latest news right now is that the sports official of IOA, that means Indian Olympic Association, Anil Khanna, he resigned on Wednesday. He was acting as president of the IOA, Indian Olympic Association, and he got this opportunity. He became president after Narendra Batra who forced to quit in July. Okay, so let's go to the next para. Can you please scroll up it? Okay. The International Olympic Committee, that means IOC, has made it clear that it would not recognize any acting interim president of the IOA. So the Indian Olympic Committee IOC has made it clear that it would not recognize any acting president of the IOA. The IOC is not pleased that the long pending election to the IOA have not been held and has even threatened India with 3 years consequences. And if uh, the election of IOA won't held, then India have to face some serious consequences. So, what are those consequences? Let's see in the next para. Okay, it's about All India Football Federation. Okay, so let's go to the next para first. The IOC, that means International Olympic Committee, could ban India if the elections are not held by December. So this is the first consequence. If election are not held by December, then maybe IOC could ban India. Then India athletes wouldn't be allowed to represent the country in events including the Olympic Games, and India would not be able to receive funds from the IOC. So it's really bad. If the election are not held by December, then IOC could ban India. Then Indian athletes wouldn't get the chance to represent the country in the events like Olympic Games and all, and India wouldn't able to receive any funds from International Olympic Committee. That means IOC. Okay, so let's go to the next para now. Only a month ago, the Gokulam Kerala football team found out what happened when such a ban is enforced. So, the author gave one example. 1 month ago, what happened? The Gokulam Kerala football team um, have to face such kind of ban. A ban is enforced on the Gokulam Kerala football team. The players had to return from Uzbekistan, where they had gone to take part in the AFC Women's Club Championship. So, because of the ban, the players of the team of Gokulam Kerala football team, they returned from Uzbekistan. They went, they had gone to Uzbekistan just to took part in the AFC Women's Club Championship, but they need to return because they banned. The dear, this was because the World Football Governing Body FIFA. So we all are about aware of FIFA. It means the full form of FIFA is International Federation of Association Football. So FIFA had banned the All India Football Federation. So I think the people who usually read the editorial, they read this one also when some days ago we came to know that FIFA had banned all India Football Federation, that means AIFF. So yeah, because of that reason, the Gokulam Kerala football team returned from Uzbekistan. Okay, so let's go to the next para. Here, it's about the ban has since been lifted and the AIFF has conducted its election. So after that, AIFF has conducted its election, and the ban has been lifted. There are other sports such as hockey and table tennis that continue to be done by the uh, court appointed committee of administrators. So there's some game like hockey and table tennis. They're continuing uh, to run by the code appointment committee administrators. So we need to think about it because elections are mandatory, just like AIFF has conducted their election. So elections are mandatory to choosing a good administrators for their team and all for any association. Okay, but what we came to know that in case of hockey and table tennis also, they are continuing. They just appointed their administrators with by the help of court. Okay, their administrators are appointed by the court. Okay, so let's go to the next para. The main reason behind the massive state of affairs in India's sport administrators at the moment is the reluctance of the officials across sports bodies to accept the National Sports Development Code of India. So there are some National Sports Development Code in India, but the thing is that the Indian sport administrators are not uh, willingly accept those rules and regulations. So this is the main reason why this massive state occur. Okay, so this is the main reason why this massive state occur in India, because India's sports administrators are reluctant. That means they are not reluctant means unwillingness. They are not willingly accept the National Sports Development Code of India. So it's been an issue introduced by the central government in 2011. So yeah, reluctance means unwillingness, and this the National Sports Development Code of India introduced by the central government in 2011, and yet they are not following those rules. Its intention was noble. So the National Sports Development Code of India's intention was noble. That means intention was good by putting a limit, the tenure and age of an administrator. So we are having a good vocab here. Tenure. Tenure, it means it's a noun, and it means the period of time when someone holds a job, or it's specially about one official position. So it's about the tenure of those administrators. Uh, so an age of an administrators. So according to that National Sports Development Code of India, uh, its intention was noble because they just concentrate more on the tenure and age of the administrators. So yeah, it's mandatory, right? We need to see the age of the administrators as well as the period of time, uh, how how many years that administrators uh, hold that job as an administrator. It had the potential to stop sports federation from remaining as the passionate fiefdoms of a few, many of the politicians. So yeah, it had the potential to stop sports federation from remaining as the personal fiefdoms of a few, many of the politicians. So okay, let's go to the next pair now. At a time when Indian sports is showing more promise than it ever did before. So yeah, this is a good news because Indian sports is showing more promise than it ever did before. We have seen the Tokyo Olympics, the Birmingham Commonwealth Game, and the Thomas Cup, and the Chase Olympiad as well. They have there our athletes have shown that the country has more to offer than just cricket. So as we our country India mostly concentrated on cricket, but uh, with the help of these Tokyo Olympics, Birmingham Commonwealth Game, Thomas Cup, and says Olympiad, we came to know that our country has more to offer than cricket. The administration needs to get its act together. So the administrators of uh, any association, it could be Indian Olympic Association or any association, they need to think about it, needs to get it together. Okay, so let's go to the next para now. The the incumbents should gracefully make way for new administrators with fresh ideas and also allow more former international sports person in key administrative posts. So at last, the author suggesting something uh, related that if we have to choose any new administration, so we should choose some administration who have fresh ideas, and we should also allow more former international sports person in the position of administrative. Okay, so author trying to suggest here, so I can say that the tone of this editorial is suggestive and criticizing as well, critical as well, because in the beginning the author criticized, wait a second, don't don't scroll it up, because there we have a word incumbents. It's a new word, I think. It means it's a noun. Can you please highlight the word the incumbents in the last para, the second word? Okay, the second word of the last para. The incumbents should gracefully make way for new administrators. I mean, the last third line from last. Okay, so let me tell the meaning of incumbents. Okay, it means it's a noun. It means a person who has a particular office or position. Okay, so if we have to select any administrators for any association like Indian Olympic Association and all, so what we have to consider, we need to consider the administrators should have a phrase idea, and the administrator must be a former international player, or and we need to consider more on the tenure. As I mentioned, tenure means the period of time when someone holds a job. So see, if one administrator doing the job for many years, so it's not good, we need to change it, and tenure should be less, like 4 or 5 years, then it will be more beneficial. This is the words of the author. So yeah, this is all from my side. So I would like to listen you guys. Like, is there any doubt or anything? And yeah, please don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, and you will get the link of this video as well. If you missed any part, you can check it out in YouTube. So who would like to tell us about, and thanks a lot to the admin JoTM who made this PDF so nicely, so attractively. Yeah, it's appreciative. Okay, so who would like, is there any question if you wanna ask, or any suggestion? Or I just want to ask you the tone of editorial. What do you think? Is there anyone who would like to tell
It
us?
was margin for
Sorry, you are not audible. It's suggestive. Okay, if I'm audible, then it's suggestive tone. Okay, so I think there's not any questions, so can I stop it here? I mean, can I conclude it here? And thanks a lot to all the participants. Sorry.